Hello and welcome to That Was Golf. My name is Calum MacVicar. Thank you very much for joining us on this episode of the Weekly Review. Plenty of golfing highlights for you to catch up on from the previous week, so let's get stuck into it. We start this week with the LPGA Tour, where it was the Honda LPGA Thailand, held at Siam Country Club Old Course in Banglamung District, Chonburi, Thailand. Winning here was Gino Titikun. World number 1 Gino Titikun secured her 8th title on the LPGA Tour, winning in her home country of Thailand for the first time. The leading women's player in the world had to work hard for her win, with a strong opposition chasing her down in the final round. Titikun's closest contender was Chizzy EY, whose bogey-free 66 6-under, which included 2 eagles, had her sitting on 23 under par for the clubhouse lead in the final round. A bogey on 13 for Titikun had her equal with EY until a birdie on the 17th and a par on the 18th saw her close out her round with a 68 4 under par and finish the tournament on 24 under, a narrow 1 shot ahead of EY. Final top 10 in Thailand was first place on 24 under and winning the tournament Gino Titikun, solo second on 23 under Chizzy EY, solo third on 22 under Hugh Ju Kim, solo 4th on 21 under Somi Lee, tied 5th on 20 under Lydia Ko and Nana Kurst Madsen, solo 7th on 19 under was Hannah Green, tied 8th on 18 under was Hai Jin Choi and Ariya Jutanagarn, and tied 10th on 17 under was Se Young Kim, A Lim Kim, Hairan Ryu and Alison Kurpuz. We next head to the Alps Golf Tour, where it was the Ain Bay Open, held at Sakna Golf Club in Suez, Egypt. Winning here was Sam Murphy. Playing in his first round as a professional, Sam Murphy claimed his first victory on the Alps Golf Tour with a composed performance beyond his tour experience. Irishman Murphy began the final round with a 2-shot lead over the field, which he managed to maintain until the end of the tournament, despite a couple of bogeys late on the back 9 and a close scrape with the water on 18, which he managed to narrowly avoid and make an up and down par to finish out his round. We next head to the Pro Golf Tour, where it was the Golf Mad Open, held at Lykia Links Golf Club in Antalya, Turkey. Winning here was Dario Antonise. Just 6 months after a wrist operation and 2 months away from the clubs, Dario Antonise is a winner on the Pro Golf Tour for the second time. After a slow start in round 1 with a 1 over 73, Antonise fared much better in rounds 2 and 3, shooting a 66 and 67 respectively, to end on a score of 7 under for the tournament and 1 shot clear of Clement Gouchard on 6 under in second place. On to the Nordic Golf League, where this week it was the Winter Series Forest and the Winter Series Dunes, held at Emporda Golf Club in Girona, Spain. Winning the Forest Series was Martin Eriksson, and winning the Dunes Series was Albin Tiden. 2 events to start the season on the Nordic Golf League this week, both being played at Emporda Golf Club, with the Forest Series featuring 2 rounds at Emporda's Forest Course and 1 at the Dunes, and the Dunes Series playing 2 rounds at the Dunes and 1 at the Forest. Earlier in the week, Albin Tiden won the Dunes Series, finishing on a score of 15 under over the 3 rounds, with only 1 bogey to his name, finishing a comfortable 4 shots ahead of Fredrik Lindbom in second place. On the Forest Series, it was a similar story, with Martin Eriksson winning the title on 16 under, 4 shots clear of David Lundgren in second place. Moving on to the Hotel Planner Tour, where it was the Johnson Workwear Durban Open, held at Durban Country Club in Durban, South Africa. Winning here was Oliver Becker. Heavy rainfall across the weekend in Durban meant that round 3 of the Durban Open was postponed, with players completing just 1 round after Friday's cut to determine the winner. Heading into the final round, Oliver Becker sat 2 shots behind leader Christopher Blomstrand, with the Swede Blomstrand suffering 2 double bogeys and a bogey, undoing his great work of 5 birdies on his final front 9. Becker was able to seize this opportunity. Becker shot a round of 67 5 under par, leapfrogging into first place to reverse his initial deficit, closing on 16 under for the tournament and 2 shots ahead of the Swede in second place. Over to the European Legends Tour, where it was the Stasur Marbella Legends held at Aloha Golf Club in Marbella, Andalusia, Spain. Winning here was Jamie Donaldson. The opening event on the European Legends Tour was won with a clutch birdie putt on the 18th hole in the final round of play. Welshman Jamie Donaldson capped off a fantastic final round 64 8 under par with a short putt for birdie, giving him a one-shot advantage over Scotsman Stephen Gallagher in second place and claiming his second win on the European Legends Tour. Over to the PGA Tour, where it was the Genesis Invitational held at the Riviera Country Club in Pacific Palisades, California, USA. Winning here was Jacob Bridgeman. Starting the final round with a comfortable 6-shot lead over the field, the Genesis Invitational looked like it would be an easy breeze to the trophy for Jacob Bridgeman, who had already shot rounds of 66, 64 and 64 to sit on 19 under par for the tournament. After a couple of initial birdies in round 4, bogeys soon followed for Bridgman and his initial lead dwindled as Adam Scott, Rory McIlroy and Kurt Kitayama all began to bear down his neck. Kitayama and McIlroy both closed for rounds of 17 under, with Bridgman still out on the course and a couple of holes to play. A bogey on 16 dropped his lead to just one shot as he sat on 18 under heading into his final 2 holes. Fortunately for Bridgman, he gained composure in his game, scoring 2 routine pars and tidying up his round on 18 under, one shot ahead of McIlroy and Kitayama to win his first ever PGA Tour event. Next over to the PGA Tour of Australasia, where it was the New Zealand PGA Championship held at Paraparamu Beach Golf Club in Paraparamu Beach, New Zealand. Winning here was Austin Truslow. One of only 2 players to finish the tournament under par, American Austin Truslow finished on 6 under to win the New Zealand PGA Championship. Winds of up to 60 km per hour across the weekend caused chaos for many of the field, but after an opening round of 72 2 over par, Truslow then recorded rounds of 65, 70 and 67 at the par 70 course to sign off for his score of 6 under. New Zealand amateur Cooper Moore, who finished second place, provided the closest challenge to Truslow, finishing on 3 under and shooting the lowest round of the weekend in round 3, a 6 under 64. Very impressive stuff from the 17-year-old in such testing conditions. On to the Professional Golf Tour of India, where it was the DP World Players' Championship held at Tollegunge Golf Club in Kolkata, India. Winning here was Om Prakash Chauhan. Taking out his 12th title on the PGTI, Om Prakash Chauhan saved his best round for last, shooting a 6 under 64, the joint lowest score of the final round, to finish one shot clear of Manu Gandas and Shurya Bhattacharya in second place. Starting his final round 1 shot behind the leaders in tied third, the 39-year-old called on his years of experience on the tour, scoring 8 birdies and 2 bogeys in his final round with a stretch of 4 birdies in a row from the 12th to the 15th, giving him the cushion he needed for victory over the field. And lastly this week we head to the DP World Tour, where it was the magical Kenya Open held at Karen Country Club in Nairobi, Kenya. Winning here was Casey Jarvis. Casey Jarvis became a first-time winner on the DP World Tour with a wire-to-wire win. Despite 2 interruptions to the final round due to lightning and stormy conditions, Jarvis managed to shoot an 8 under par 62, just as he had done in the opening round of the tournament. Closing for a score of 25 under par, 3 shots clear of American Davis Bryant, Jarvis finished his round with a birdie on 17 and a 20-foot putt for eagle on 18, moving the 22-year-old South African up to 4th in the Race to Dubai rankings. Final top 10 in Kenya was first place and winning the tournament on 25 under Casey Jarvis, solo second on 22 under Davis Bryant, solo third on 21 under Henny Duplessis, solo fourth on 20 under Francisco Laporta, tied fifth on 19 under Nathan Kimsey and Jacob Skov Ollison, solo seventh on 18 under Matthew Jordan, solo 8th on 17 under Angel Ayora, and tied 9th on 16 under was Cameron Adam, Ricardo Gueva, Frederick Lacroix, Romain Langasque, and Sebastian Soderberg. And for another week, that was golf. Thank you so much for listening in to this episode. Wherever you get your podcasts from, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date with all future episodes. released every Tuesday, 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.